Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Tombstone, Arizona. I'm currently walking Winston. I'm staying in an RV park that was $50 a night or so, just for 2 nights, Friday night and Saturday night. But today, what we're going to be doing is going and exploring Tombstone for the day and just seeing what there is to see.
You want whipped cream and an ice white chocolate mocha?
Yes, please.
I've been here like 2 seconds and I could live here. I'm here for these outfits. Oh my goodness. What do you think? Day 2 hair isn't too bad. The wind is gonna ruin it, but it looks okay in this moment, and I'm just gonna pretend this is what it looks like the rest of the day when other people actually see me. You know, I went through a movie phase of Western movies during COVID because I was trapped in the house, and I don't think I ever actually watched Tombstone, so that might be something I have to watch. Duck Holiday. Kid me would have fun looking for gemstones for sure.
Yo.
Gunfight time.
How's he looking, Mort? He just got shot, Wyatt.
I think we're gonna get ourselves our own brand. What do you guys think? I have paid the lovely blacksmith, and we are gonna have our own cattle brand. All right, we've got about 4 hours till our brand is done. Can't wait to show it to you guys, but now we're gonna go explore the rest of Tombstone.
Not paying $200 for it.
But I got some modern tools here. We can pound on these bad boys all day long, and they're craftsmen, so they might last. Who knows? Needed 22 holes in an area this big in a 10-hour shift. And the way they do it is they whack this thing and turn it a quarter turn, turn it a quarter turn. They continue to do that till their fist hits the rock. When their fist hits the rock, they got enough penetration there and they can move over 2 inches and start them another hole. And they continue to do that through the whole 10-hour shift, or until they got their 20 to 22 holes drilled. Good foreman on a ranch, he can make somewhere between $20 and $25 a month. These guys are knocking out $4 a day, 6 days a week. Yeah. All right. Right over brings you to your workstation. This here's where you're working today. You light your candle and you go to work. Oh, hold on. And you go to work. All right. Produces the most amount of silver by weight. So this is the good stuff. That's what they were looking for. Why'd they leave that little sliver on the wall? Well, because they were pulling watermelon-sized chunks of this stuff out of here where we are standing right now.
Well, we still got an hour or two before we can go pick up our brand, so time to walk around, I guess. We've explored most of the town, at least the main thoroughfare here. I might go walk around a few other areas, the other accompanying blocks, just to kind of see what's what. Picked up our cattle brand, so now it's time for me to Now it's time for me to start my own cattle farm. I've got a brand and everything. And I picked up a Doc Holiday soda. Apparently it's a Dr. Pepper. Here's where it says Doc Holiday. That's kind of fun. And it's nice and refreshing. We'll have to go back and check on Winston, hang out with him for a bit. There's a little dog parky area attached to the RV park. I'm going to maybe let him off leash there. It's very small, but at least he can kind of run around and I can chase him a bit. And then we'll figure out what we want to do next. We might just hang out. At the van or not. Up to us. Winston always gets so stir crazy being in the van, even though it's basically the equivalent of being in a small apartment. I suppose he's kind of stir crazy even in apartments. But I'm grateful they have this little spot here where he can just walk around and let out some of his inner rage, if you will. But it was a nice day in Tombstone. I had a lot of fun. Got to see that Wild West show, got to explore, got to take a couple cool pictures. I got that branding iron, which is pretty cool. So all in all, I'd say it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I detoured to come down here. Next step, I'm not really sure. Frankly, I'm wondering if maybe I should stay around Tombstone for a little bit. They have a public bathroom, which I appreciate. Otherwise, next step was I was going to go to Seguro National Park. I'm going to look up the weather for that. Otherwise, we might just bounce between truck stops, which is what I've really kind of been doing throughout the week. You know, you stay for like 2 days and then you bounce and you go to the next one and so on and so forth. Had about 8,000 steps today, so I'd say that was pretty good. You girls got to get some practice with like a stair stepper or something, because like I can walk on straight gravel for like 20,000 steps easy. Stairs, I don't have that skill, and I gotta get it. All right, well, I'll see you at the next update. Come here. Well, I made a mistake. And Winston paid the price. He's okay. He's here right now. But it's been 2 hours. And I have just left the vet. So I made a mistake. I left him with free range in the van, and I put away everything that I thought he could get his hands on. Almost everything, unfortunately. There was a bag of chocolates, and I was stupid, and I didn't even think about it, and I didn't put them away, and he ate them. They were Dove chocolate caramels, and my genius here ate 20 of them. Yes, you did. He ate 20 of them. And thank God I realized. I found a couple of wrappers. Thank God that I found those wrappers. I threw him in the car, and we drove to the nearest vet, which was an hour away. And Winston got to vomit. Now, they showed me a photo, and thankfully he must have found these chocolates relatively close to the time I came home, because it was most of them. Like, if I had to hazard a guess, it was a large portion of it. So, and a lot of the wrappers. So, thankfully, he is okay. I have made this mistake 4 times in the 5 years that I've owned this dog, and I feel so bad every time. And I don't know, I feel like a terrible dog parent. But he's okay. What they're saying is I just have to monitor him for the next 8 hours. So I'm going to stay up, and I'm going to keep an eye on him. We got to look for signs of agitation, not being able to sit down, although he kind of just doesn't really sit down all that much anyway. So rapid heartbeat. What else? No vomiting. They said he might have some diarrhea and some stomach upset, but tremors, they also said. So we're going to keep an eye for those things. This cost me $600, And if I'd left him here overnight to have people watch him, it would have cost me closer to $2,000. So I made a choice. But I'm going to stay awake. I'm going to keep an eye on him. We're going to drive back to the campsite we were at for the night. And I am going to do some laundry and just find some reasons to be awake for a while. Cuddle my dog. So, not that any dog owners already know this or not, but don't leave things out. You will regret it. Good morning, everyone. Just giving an update. Winston is still alive and still a pain in my butt. No more chocolate. That's for sure. No more. Winston almost got himself murdered by his own mother. That'd be manslaughter. Yes, but he's okay. So now we're gonna go to a national park. Now these people, they are van lifing. They got a heck of a lot more stuff than me on a van about my size, so I'm pretty impressed, and I kind of want to put a little thing on the back where my tire is actually. I don't know if I would have it hold water jugs or gas jugs, but pretty cool. Look at all the flowers and the cactus. It's really pretty. Enjoying it. Look at him. He says, I love the weather. Yeah. Look at them all. So one of my goals for my trip is finding a place that I want to live. And honestly, if if Arizona had this kind of weather all year long, I think everybody would live here. I like it a lot. You know, it's very different from what I've seen in the past. Well, I guess I should say it's very different from what I grew up with. You know, cactuses and dry earth and, you know, all these different plants and things. It's very pretty versus kind of the uniformity of just trees and farmland in good old Minnesota. But I do know that in the summer they get up to be like 110, 115 degrees. Like, can you believe that? That is crazy. And that would preclude me from ever living here. I'm sure there's some small town in the New Mexico / Arizona area that's like, you know, got the perfect weather. But I don't want to really live in a small town. I'd want to live in a big town like Tucson or Phoenix. So, I don't know. New Orleans so far is looking pretty great. I mean, I know that there is hurricanes to deal with, but at least weather-wise, it seems to be better for the most part. It does get down to the 30s. It did at least a couple of times while I was there, but that's pretty much kind of my threshold, is like 30 degrees. That's my threshold when I sleep in the van, that's for sure. So I'm excited to go back to New Orleans in the summer and see what it's really like when it's like 90 degrees of humidity, you know? That might be a little excessive when it comes to the wind turbines, don't you think? I appreciate entrepreneurial people. They're like, get your tires done, get something to eat. I came in for a breakfast burrito, but I could also get beer. Even more entrepreneurial. I like it. Also muffins. Also chips.
The black pieces where she wanted them. Checkers.
See, I knew it was going to be good.
You can clear the entire board.
All right. Well, it's been a little bit of an adventure. We've moved from Arizona and we are now in California. And as you know, yesterday I accidentally poisoned Winston. And he ate 20 pieces of Dove chocolate. And so it cost me $600. I did film a video. It had terrible lighting, but I'm pretty sure I'd at least have put some of it in, even with the horrible lighting. Today, I lost control of my van and I hit a pole. Specifically, my accelerator was stuck to the floor. I'm fine. Winston's fine. But, yesterday we were like, let's poison our beloved pet. And today we were like, let's crash the van. I'll put in a clip of the damage to the van. It's not significant. This is a tank and it has steel bumpers. So the only significant damage was indeed to the bumper. Thankfully, Winston was seatbelted in. So he was okay. And I'm okay. And I'm not quite sure how it got stuck. I've never had the accelerator get stuck on me. And also, no, you stay away from my pillows. It's a constant fight to stop him from putting his nasty feet and butt on my pillows. You just sort of become, no, over here. Thank you. You just sort of become one with the fact that you are going to have to deal with dirt. But we're fine. Van's fine. It was the rug that was under it, but like, I'm pretty sure that was the rug that came with the van. Like, I'm pretty sure it's been there for 40 years. Maybe not, but I'm like, it's the same red shag. Like, I don't really know how it got stuck, but it did. Originally, I thought something was wrong with my brakes. So, I'm driving along behind this truck and I am heading up to a stoplight. So I'm like, okay, I got to slow down. Thankfully, I was only going like 40. So I start hitting the brake and I'm like, the brakes are like screeching and chugging. And I'm like, what the heck is happening? And I'm realizing I am not slowing down. So, I'm fiddling with it. And then I managed to go around this white truck. Thank God I didn't hit him. I go around the white truck and I go into a parking lot and I'm like, I am not stopping. We have to find a way to stop the van. And I hit this pole that had a big tall concrete piece. Obviously it was there for that exact reason. So if somebody backed into it or hit it. So I hit it. Yeah. And it's crooked. And I took a photo of it. And I will try and insert it so you can all appreciate the now tilted lamp. So, but all in all, adventurous day. We are now at a RV campground that is only $20 a night. And it has bathrooms and showers. So needless to say, I ran. I was like, we are doing this. I found it on Hip Camp. I don't know if you guys have ever used that app, but I found a few good camping places on there, and the thought occurred to me, oh, maybe I could find a reasonably priced place. And to have bathrooms at $20 a night, fantastic. So I've actually booked here through Sunday. Today is Monday. And honestly, I think I'm going to do a second week. I think I just need a little break from like the traveling around. In the last week, we've gone from New Mexico to Arizona to California. And in that time, I've gotten sick. I've stayed at a bathhouse. I've gotten Winston sick. I've crashed my car into a pole. So I think we need a little bit of a break. So we're just going to hang out here and just enjoy the desert. I'll show you guys it. It's really cool. I was just outside enjoying the stars. It's so pretty. So I'm super psyched just to kind of relax for a week or two. And then I think Utah is next on our list after we hit the closest national parks on the southern border of California. So one big salad. Just throw all the ingredients together and you're good to go for lunch. I think I found the best place to stop and recharge. It's called Joshua Tree Lake RV Park. Oh, there's a doggo. Couple of dogs. Winston would like to be friends very aggressively. We ran into a pit bull actually that was on the other side of the fence where we're camping, so no, Winston, come on. Come on. I know. He suffers so much. I'm such a terrible mom. But anyway, this place is really great. It has a little lake. It's more like a pond, but like a man-made lake and lots of areas to just kind of sit and relax out of the heat. And it's $15 a day for a tent site, which is really great. And they have a little store with reasonably priced like little foods and drinks. I can have a campfire here too. I could make s'mores. It would be a little egregious of me to purchase an entire kit for s'mores with no one but me to eat them. I definitely am not going to eat like a million marshmallows. But it's been really great in the evenings just to walk Winston. I actually think I'm going to stay here for like 2 weeks. So I came here on Monday. It's Wednesday now. I'm staying till Sunday. And then they said I could stay an additional week because it's a flip over into March. So they don't seem to allow long-term camping here, but I think with the flip over into the new month, they said I could make it work for just another week. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I'll film some more around the area. It's just been really nice. Like, this is kind of my speed. Like, it's affordable with the $15 a day. That's super affordable, and I have access to showers and bathrooms, like, and a place to walk Winston. Like, it's just great. It's fantastic. Definitely I need to look for more places like this in the future. I can't believe I didn't think about it sooner. But this is definitely the vibe that I'm looking for when it comes to my like winter camping. And also it only gets down to 50 degrees here because I'm in California, which is so great. I got so tired of the 30 degrees, as you all know. But this is fantastic. I'm going to recharge. Hopefully the weather will warm up a bit and we're going to hit the California National Parks, and then we got to kind of figure out what we're going to do next. I think it's going to be Utah in March, but we'll see. As always, I am making constant changes, as you all know. Look at his little face. I don't think you can see. Oh, my poor baby. I'm just gonna go take a shower. I'll be right back.